Good morning. It is Monday, August 3rd. Let's see if I can get this in a better light here. And I'm taping outside. Why? Because it's a beautiful day. And I thought, let's mix it up. Let's have something different. A little more casual, got the shorts on, don't even have any shoes on. Who cares? I want to talk about my theme for the week, which I need very badly. And it's about reminding myself about the positive nature of good habits. And not just having good habits, but actually making them a habit, doing them so that they actually are a habit. And I was thinking about this morning specifically because, it was Monday morning. It's kind of just enjoying the possibility of sleeping in a little bit. I didn't have any early morning calls. But my husband said, let's get up and walk. Now, normally on Mondays, we get up and run. And we run a couple days a week and walk some of the others and bike ride on the weekends. We try and be really active every single day. But my husband hurt his foot last week. And you know what happened? When he couldn't run, I didn't run. There's no reason I couldn't have gotten up and run. Why not? But I didn't. Because sometimes it's too easy for me to fall out of a good habit. And so today, my reminder for myself is, habits only become habits when you actually do them. So I'm going to try and be motivated this week to get back and stay on track with everyday exercise. So you guys can hold me accountable. A couple of things coming up for this week. First of all, on Wednesday in the executive membership of our Potential Lab, we are releasing this video that I call Achieve and Exceed Budget and Still Be Human. As I was re-listening to it, I taped it several months ago. As I was listening to it again this morning, I was having so many fun memories of some of these stories where, people that have worked for me really at times struggled with, what does it mean to really achieve and exceed budget? And, what did they think of it or think of me when they were off track and I was trying to hold them accountable to it. So not only do I have some good stories, but I think it's a great reminder. And this is a real challenging time right now because a lot of businesses' budgets are way off. We would have never anticipated a pandemic or written it into the budget. So what can we still do to help our organizations to be fiscally healthy as much as possible through this year and the years to come? Also, this week in our podcast, we have a great lineup. So today's released episode is with Dr. Kelly Willenberg. And I had her in our top 10 tips. And I've had all kinds of speakers, and guests on about their top 10 tips. But she talks about the top 10 tips for surviving the sudden loss of a spouse. Now, you might think that that's a downer, but she has an incredible story to tell, and her points are absolutely viable for all of us just to remember to appreciate what we have. So definitely tune in. Tomorrow's episode is a flashback episode with Catherine Arnston, and she is the queen of algae. She was also on Shark Tank, so this was a great opportunity. I met her when I was speaking at a conference a couple years ago, and we sat down right there so I could learn her story. On Wednesday, Mushill, although it's pronounced or spelled Mushill, but it's pronounced Michelle. See, I'm already screwing it up. Talks about customer service and beyond, and her stories are great, especially why she got into customer service training. So it's well worth a listen. Thursday's episode is a flashback again with Beal, and he is called the Simplifier. And what is really great, I love listening to this episode again, is the reminder that there is no such thing as a self-made millionaire. And if we think there is, then we are just setting ourselves up for disappointment. But what he really talks about is hard work, appropriate hard work, and how to not kill yourself when you're trying to be successful. And finally, wrapping up the week on the podcast on the Friday the 7th is Dave Dragon. He is a fellow author with my publishing house, Silvertree. And his book is called I Solve Mysteries, which should intrigue you, but it's really about solving business mysteries by looking at technological issues, accounting issues, really going in and researching a company. So it's great. We had a wonderful conversation. And finally, we picked our first winners for our book giveaways. So the month of July. So I picked this from people who've either submitted questions to sypapp@shockyourpotential.com or people that are registered users of the app. So for July, Julie Beckner is our first winner. She is a registered user of the app. And Julie, you have 2 books coming your way with my little signature in there. So thank you everybody for joining us. I hope you have a fantastic week. Remember, habits must be practiced in order to be called a habit. And if anybody wants to send me an email this week and say, I want to know that you're exercising, it probably would help.